And good evening, viewers. Welcome to Science TV News at Prime News. My name is Elvis Odhiambo, and our sign language interpreter is Wanjangeve. Let us stay tuned for the local news. On to our first news, President William Ruto on Wednesday officially flagged off a significant consignment of ambulances and critical medical supplies donated by the World Health Organization to the government. Valued at approximately 350 million Kenya shillings, the president stated that the donation is specifically aimed at advancing Kenya's national agenda for universal health coverage and bolstering critical emergency response capabilities. Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale, who was present during the flag-off, underscored the importance of the gesture, noting that the supplies are strategically geared towards drastically reducing maternal and child mortality rates in the country. The CS emphasized that the donation is a clear demonstration of WHO's commitment to partnership. His sentiments were echoed by WHO Regional Director of Africa, Professor Mohamed Janabi.
Testament to partnership, purpose, and the power of collective action. Each ambulance, each oxygen cylinder, each emergency kit tells a story.
The maternal and child mortality is unacceptably high. And every facility in Kenya, public or private, every facility must provide data on mothers and children who die in their facilities. I know that there are facilities that continue to hide data on mothers who die or children who die in hospitals. By March next year, we will have the correct data on what is our performance as a country, county by county, and then we can therefore be able to respond to this big challenge.
And on to our next news, President William Ruto is scheduled to address a joint sitting of Parliament on Thursday, November 20th, 2025, for his annual State of the Nation address. The special session, convened by the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula and Senate Speaker Amason Kingi, is set to begin at 2:30 p.m. in the National Assembly chamber at the main Parliament buildings in Nairobi. In accordance with Article 132(1)(c) of the Constitution, the head of state is required to once every year to report to the nation on the measures taken and progress achieved in realizing national values and principles of governance. And on to our next news. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has taken severe action against two Kasipul by-election candidates, Philip Aroko and Boyd Were, fining each of them 1 million Kenya shillings following deadly clashes and violations of the harmonized campaign schedule. The electoral body stated that the penalties are directed to the urgent response of violence that has left the constituency bleeding. The IEBC has given the two candidates a strict deadline to pay the fine within 48 hours. Failure to comply could potentially lead to further disciplinary measures, including the disqualification from the race. The decision follows a tragic incident on November 6th, where at least 2 people were killed in clashes between supporters of the two candidates during the political rally held in Opodo area, Central Kasipul Ward, Homa Bay County.
We are here to share with you our determination of this important matter which was brought before us. The matter that we'll share with you here involves Philip Aroko versus Boyd Were Ongondo. This is a matter that has been brought to us under reference IEBC/ECCEC/BA/01 of 2025. As you all know, the complainant, Mr. Philip Aroko, is a candidate vying for the Kasipul Member of National Assembly seat in the upcoming 27 November 2025 by-election. Similarly, Mr. Boyd Were Ongondo is a candidate on the ODM party contesting for the same seat. Mr. Philip Aroko is an independent candidate. Both candidates brought complaints to this committee alleging that each one of them had caused violence by his supporters and that this violence had led to the death, destruction of property and injury as it is in the public domain there. The committee consolidated both cases into one. The committee has had time and has gone through the entire process, and today we want to share with you our findings. Because of time, I'll not go through the entire judgment. Feel free, our media liaison officer will share with you the entire judgment if you wish to have. In our analysis and determination, we found that the complaint before us raised the following issues. Number one, whether there was a failure by Mr. Aroko or Mr. Were or by both to comply with the harmonized campaign schedule. Number two, if the answer to the first question above is in the affirmative, whether that failure occasioned the violence which erupted in Kasipul constituency.
And on to our next news. The Council of Governors has undergone a swift leadership change, electing Tharaka Nithi Governor Muthomi Njoki as its new vice chairperson. Njoki replaces Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga, who was reportedly removed from the position following controversial remarks he made concerning the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. In a related election, Baringo Governor Benjamin Cheboy was elected as the incoming COG whip, a position previously held by Governor Njoki. Governor Mutahi Kahiga's tenure as vice chair came to an abrupt end after comments he made. During the burial ceremony on 22nd October 2025, Governor Kahiga suggested that the death of Odinga was a part of a divine plan to redirect the national development focus, claiming it would enable the Mount Kenya region to once again benefit from state resources that he alleged had been diverted elsewhere. And away from the news, clinical officers in Nairobi County staged a protest in the capital today, demanding the immediate payment of months of salary arrears and the remittance of statutory deductions, escalating a long-standing labor dispute that has periodically crippled health services in the city. The healthcare workers, represented by the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, marched to City Hall and the governor's office, accusing the county government of a severe breach of contracts and failing to honor the agreements reached in previous industrial action. The union has warned that if the county government fails to address their grievances promptly, they will be left with no option but to withdraw their services indefinitely, further compounding the healthcare crisis in the capital.
Is solved. Because let's face it, if I say I'm going to solve this thing in 2 weeks, I'm lying, isn't it? Because there is no money that's going to come in 2 weeks. The budget process, even the supplementary budget, is not starting until probably February, because if it doesn't come now, and we have only 2 weeks, and we are going in recess, it will come at that time. So that is when we'll deal with this. But I undertake that it will reach where it should reach, and I undertake that if we go into recess and you haven't had anything, then I want to be reminded. I think so another petition should come. But that is not to say I'll do nothing between now until we go in recess. That's the reality. You are health workers. In health, it has to be facts. You know, where we are in politics, sometimes it is appearances. In health, the blood sugar has to be the blood sugar, and you give the correct amount of glucose, or you give the correct amount of insulin. So you can't work with the perception. So with that, let me take this, put it back in the envelope. I'll go with the envelope. I'll do what is possible and get it done. But repeat, I think we want this thing done all together. Financially, we'll have to put it together with the UHC issue so that it is done for one. And if there are other workers that are out there who perhaps are still on some contract and we do not know what's going to happen to them, it is better to bring those issues now.
And on our next news, the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM party, has made an urgent appeal to its supporters to maintain peace during the ongoing campaigns and upcoming by-elections in the Kasipul constituency. The call for calm was delivered by the party's national chairperson, Gladys Wanga, as she officially launched the final phase of the campaign rallies in Kachien village. During the rally, Wanga strongly condemned the incidents of confrontations and violence that were witnessed in the area last week, emphasizing that the party is committed to having a peaceful electoral process.
We are saying here today, never again. Never again will our young people lose their lives because of politics. Haitafanyika. Haitafanyika tena kwa hii Kasipul ama hii Homa Bay ama region yetu yote. Na sisi kama wanachungwa tumekubaliana ya kwamba kampeni zetu kama vile unaona leo tutafanya kwa amani, kila mtu arudi nyumbani kwa amani, na sisi hatuzungumzii mtu mwingine yote.
Urge the people of Kasipul and all candidates in the Kasipul by-election, let's embrace each other. Let's campaign peacefully. At the end of the day, we only need one member of parliament, and the people of Kasipul will decide whoever will be the member of parliament. So let's embrace each other. Let's campaign peacefully.
We as the ODM, we want to hold peaceful meetings, and we'll maintain that up to 27th of November.
On to our next news. As the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education KCSE examinations draw to a close this week, the government has emphatically reiterated its commitment to safeguarding the integrity of the results with a strong focus on securing the marking process. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba confirmed that preparations for marking are well underway, detailing strict security measures being implemented at all marking centers. The CS was speaking in Kiambu County while supervising the opening of the KCSE Geography and Physics papers at the Ruiru Deputy County Commissioner's offices stressed that there will be zero tolerance for operational indiscipline.
We enter the final 3 days. NEC has reminded center managers to reinforce operational discipline, including securing all mobile phones under lock and key, switching off Wi-Fi routers during examinations, and ensuring that candidates do not enter the rooms with any of these gadgets. These measures help to eliminate remaining vulnerabilities and ensure full compliance of our guidelines. As examination season nears completion, the education sector continues to progress across multiple areas. The ministry is implementing reforms to strengthen access, equity and quality at basic, senior and university together with vocational training levels. Ongoing efforts include expansion of infrastructure, targeted teacher deployment, and support for the continued implementation of the competency-based education. We also encourage that normal operations have resumed in the universities following the conclusion of the recent lecturers' strike, ensuring academic continuity for thousands of our students in the universities. Investment in technical and vocational education and training TVETs, digital technologies and enhancing learning resources remain crucial in equipping learners with practical and market-relevant skills. The ministry is also promoting psychosocial support and career guidance to help students plan ahead beyond secondary education.